Tonight, Kansas City Public Schools is reviewing its policy about conflicts of interest between employees and companies. We learned about the controversy during our ongoing investigation of district contracts. In February, we raised serious questions about the awarding of a $32 million contract. Our investigation caught the attention of the state auditor, and a high-ranking district official resigned several weeks later. In April, Superintendent Stephen Green said the district was canceling the contract during an interview with 41 Action News. Investigator Ryan Kath is here now with new developments to the story he's been following for months. Ryan?
And Mark, after our first investigation, we got a lot of tips about other contracts we should check out. The district also decided to take a closer look and launched these internal audits.
The audits focus on Director of Facilities Larry Engelbrick and question whether personal relationships help certain companies win contracts.
Was there any doubt in your mind that the relationship influenced the outcome?
No.
Several sources tell 41 Action News Engelbrick has a friend at Lenexa-based ACS Electronic Systems. In February of 2011, ACS and other companies competed to install security cameras at Southwest High School. However, several high-profile safety incidents derailed that bidding process. Former Superintendent John Covington asked for swift action, and he signed this emergency document on February 23rd. By that time, ACS had already sent a direct quote to Engelbrick instead of the district's purchasing department. By the end of the day, ACS and the district had inked this $117,000 contract. But we discovered all bids were due February 24th, just one day later. When asked why it didn't wait to see all company prices, the district told us the cameras needed to be installed immediately. 2 months later, the district requested proposals for cameras at several other schools. During tours of the buildings, this man says he and other vendors talked about how the outcome seemed like a foregone conclusion. We're protecting his identity because he doesn't have permission from his company to do an interview.
We knew that ACS was going to win the bid, and I think that scared quite a few bidders off.
23 companies attended a pre-bid meeting, but only 5 submitted proposals. In May, the district awarded the $840,000 contract to ACS. But we found 2 companies submitted lower bids, including All Systems, which was more than $200,000 less expensive. However, both companies with lower bids had been disqualified. The district never informed the companies why, but told us they were not certified to install the equipment. However, the audit criticized the district for not effectively communicating or appropriately vetting the requirement before eliminating those bidders. It concluded, quote, "We do feel the issues surrounding the disqualification of the bidders are significant, and the district should consider reevaluating the award." We reviewed board documents and found the district awarded ACS $1.6 million of business in 2011. Other contracts included fire alarm monitoring, air conditioning maintenance, and an emergency boiler repair with another direct quote sent to Engelbrick. The audit pointed out the district does not have a policy addressing personal relationships between suppliers and employees. The president of ACS told us the relationship between his employee and Engelbrick is strictly customer to vendor. Meantime, district leaders would not allow Engelbrick to do an interview with us, and instead sent these written responses to our questions. They described the relationship as not substantial, and the majority is business related, which includes purchasing lunch in a rotation system. But district employees who work with Engelbrick tell us it's provided a distinct advantage to ACS, and this bidder agrees.
I just think it goes a little bit farther than, vendor-buyer relationships. I think it's a little more personal than that. Whether you lose the bid or you win the bid, it should be a fair process.
His company had one of the higher bids, so this man doesn't have much to gain. But he thinks if hundreds of thousands of extra dollars are spent without a good explanation, taxpayers have plenty to lose.
Another internal audit looked at a $150,000 no-bid contract awarded to a company where Engelbrick's brother works. The district told us he voluntarily disclosed that relationship, and Mark said Engelbrick has tried to remove himself from that relationship when possible.
Now, you said the audit recommended that they need to get some kind of policy in place because they don't have any policy between employees and any outside vendors right now as far as interaction, right?
We did ask about that. That was one of the main findings within both internal audits. They said they are going to spell out something for a policy like that. We should also mention The Missouri State Auditor has a follow-up report coming. We're expecting that to be released sometime next month. It will be interesting to see what other findings the state auditor has for the district.
All right, very interesting. A long investigation. This has been months now. Thanks, Ryan. We should point out this story started with a tip. If there's something you'd like us to check out, send an email to